guys, Philip here with Ranger's Respite, and it's time for another Wednesday whiskey review. This week, it's McCarthy's, which is a product of the Clear Creek Distillery in Portland, Oregon, and it is somewhat unusual in that it is a peated American single malt. Now, peat is sort of often thought of as being the trademark of Islay, which is an island off the coast of Scotland, part of Scotland, that produces some of the world's best known and most highly regarded peated single malt Scotch whiskey. And in fact, Clear Creek imports their peated barley from Scotland. But it's aged in Quercus Garryana, which they pioneered in the 80s, which is Oregon oak, and it's 3 years old. And this is batch W18-01, which is bottled on August 13th, 2018. In this batch, they had their mash brewed for this batch by the Widmer Brothers Brewing Company. Let's get into it. On the nose, there's that classic peat smoke, iodine, slight tarriness. But underneath it, there's a beautiful, rich vanilla and vanilla caramel, and there maybe a little bit of like zestiness to it, but it and of course that classic rubbery note, phenolic rubbery note that's in a lot of peated whiskey. Absolutely beautiful on the nose. Much less potently peat forward than like Ardbeg, for example, but it is definitely there, and it makes its presence known. Maybe a little bit like orange zest, the light citrusiness in there. Ooh. So this would definitely fit right in the lineup of peated Islas. In fact, I'm really tempted to pull out an Isla to compare it to. Fantastic stuff. It is bottled at 42.5% alcohol by volume. It's 85 proof. And just really great, rich, interesting whiskey. Going back to the nose after drinking some. The peat smoke is a little more present after ingesting some. And so is like a brown sugar caramelized brown sugar note. On the palate, there's some like fruit, raisiny, figgy notes. Lots of warm, soft vanilla and caramel, brown sugar notes. And then that phenolic rubbery peat grabs on, and the finish which goes on forever. And because I have fantastic friends, I have a little bit of a single barrel proof, single barrel number 704 at cask strength, which is 55.8%, which is 111.6 proof. And right off the bat, there's that classic Isla peat, but much more citrus and like sort of spicy pepperiness. On the palate, there's all of that peat smoke and tariness. Like if you squeezed a fresh orange and dropped in a vanilla bean. It's really interesting and different and intense. And then on the finish, it's got a little more pepper to it than the W1801. Fantastic stuff. I'm not going to be able to taste anything else for the rest of the day, but it's worth it because this stuff is amazing and different. And I got to be involved in a virtual tour of the Clear Creek facility while they were distilling a run of McCarthy's. We ended up talking more about barrels and barrel aging and the end spirit, but it was a blast. And if you missed it, I'm really sorry. I put it out there that we were doing it. There might be video of it available soon. If there is before this releases, I'll put a link in the description down below. I will probably I will definitely make sure that it is widely available when it is. But we might be doing more stuff with them in the future, which I am super excited about. I don't think I have to really explain how excited I am about that, but I am stoked. Yeah, still tasting the finish on these. And it is lots of just like subtle rubbery phenolic oiliness. So good. And now, do I like this? Immensely. I think this is fantastic and different. And like I said, this stuff could hang with the big dogs on Isla and wouldn't be too out of place. But it's different. It's got its own character because of that new oak. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Even if you don't necessarily like peated whiskey, I recommend it because it is a little bit different. And like Skip, a member of the Whiskey Lodge, pointed out, it's not like Ardbeg. It is gentler and a much better introduction to peat. In fact, he said that we might just win him over with McCarthy's. And that is very high praise coming from the Bourbon Boy. Do I think it's worth the cost? Absolutely, 100%. If you can get a bottle of this, you should just buy it. And if you see single barrels out there, those are amazing as well, and you should pick them up. I think that covers that. So now into my shilling for myself. If you would like to support me and have a say in what I do, like voting in the poll for what I review next week, you can do so by joining my Patreon. It's $1 a month. It gets you all these videos early, gets you access to Patreon exclusive content, access to the Drinking Geeks Discord server. You get to have a voice in what I do with this channel. Oh, and I should probably figure out what I'm reviewing next. What? I feel like I'm on a peak kick. I think I'm going to throw Port Charlotte out there. Port Charlotte 10-year-old. So these are in the poll for next week. Patty's Old Irish Whiskey, Port Charlotte 10-year-old, Glenmorangie, the original 10-year-old, and Auchentoshan American Oak. I just realized I've accidentally made this all imported whiskey. Oh well, I will try to do better next week. If you would like to support me, but you don't want to commit to $1 a month, and would prefer a one-time contribution, I have a Ko-fi where you can donate $3. I also have these adorable That's the Spirit Pot Still stickers that my friend Alyssa at Abercat Studios designed for me for sale on Etsy for $3 a piece, and I have some Redbubble merch available. I think that's everything, so until next time, stay happy, stay geeks, Slancha. So good. There's a reason why Patton Oswalt likes this stuff so much. Fantastic stuff. So good. Oh, and if you're wondering how I got my hands on these, don't concern yourself with my personal travels. It's none of your business. Don't worry about it. Damn, this is good stuff, though.